At that point,
no, but I'll go get a license. Yeah. I've been doing 3 years fighting for at least 6 months. July.
What about right now?
4 months. I've been doing it.
Oh, no.
North.
And the 3 of us came up and then all of a sudden, whereas there was no
Yingling. Yingling is another word. What is that? Yingling. It's another
and then create space.
yeah, I was also looking for the animals, which again, still. I have a Rapier. Beautiful. I went to
somehow
family and the black.
I would walk up and say, oh, 13 killed by 4. And I'd say, yes. Everybody. Go. I mean, I went to his
Think about what you did.
Okay, so here's the thing. No, 6 times. So much so that I would defend this. He's killed me 6 times. And Henry says, and I said, I'll do it. He goes, you do it. So I dropped my foot. Diving over the wall. So I over the wall. No, they don't. A little bit. And then I lay there for a bit. But not very long. And then I was like, I know.
Where are we going?
Jumped a wall.
And I go, how much still alive?
only a few centuries.
That would be the bad. No, you're talking about.
Well, I want you to know, Sir Fenris.
Yeah, it's fun.
Wastecape's loaner kit. Start with the gorget.
The smallest one we have.
No, it's kind of nice. Okay.
Oh, she seems so
My best chance would be to redirect you. Oh yeah, no, that makes sense.
The smallest one we've got. The smallest one we've got. Do you want? Not required.
My babies are all fed already.
Yeah, you're like, I'm fine. I'm fine. Large, medium.
Oh, of course. Yeah. That makes sense.
some gloves, and then
Oh yeah, no, you gotta, yeah.
smaller than that.
He's killed me. Look, hey.
That's
In
gonna
Bor-
be for,
in border
for
war.
learning or for.
I came to his
practicing.
face and I was like, kaplow, kaplow, and you know what he did? Kaplow in my face.
Yeah, he did.
I'm just gonna walk into that. Just like,
Michael,
Yes.
Please, what? Lieutenant
My arm is
Bose.
resting for a second. I need some water.
yeah, you want to walk her through some things?
Yes.
Like the basics?
Thank you all so much.
So, and what did Andrew tell you already?
Ignore it.
Kinds of things.
The way we give cuts and receive cuts.
Yeah.
So, it's not a chopping weapon. So, thrust, cut, tip cut, push cut, tip cut, or draw cut, tip cut, or thrust. The entire body is a target. So if you hit me in the leg, give me a hit in the leg, I lose either the use of my legs, I stand posted if I don't want to sit on the ground, or I sit on the ground.
And I said to
If I go to my knees, I can walk on my knees, but I'm not going to kneel in the grass. Okay, so,
Oh, there's just a little grass there.
well, I don't like getting wet knees. So, loss of legs, loss of legs. Get me in the arm, loss of use of my arm. Just behind my back, I change cams. Loss of both arms is a
I got
loss.
whammy bar.
Right?
It's our lead.
Everything else, groin, torso, armpit, inside of the leg, head, neck, back, instant death. So if you
How's that?
stick me in the body,
Is that good?
I lean back and boom.
Well, here.
you stick me in the body,
Here's-
it is death. Okay, and Andrew showed you how to hold a sword, it looks like. Some people like to...
Thank you.
It seems to be a bad habit.
It happens. It's useful because it puts your edge to the outside, and it's stronger to push with your edge than with the flat. By the way, if you use the flat of the blade on me, it does nothing. It's not a lightsaber. Think of it like a sharp carving knife. So if it would slice a ham, it'll slice a person. There's a ham right there. In fact, he's supposed to be wearing something that says he's a ham. Right there. Whoa. He hams it up. He's got a subtle award for being a joker.
Always makes it work.
In this style of rapier, how useful is it to learn any of the traditional, like Olympic style quarters and all that?
They work. There are a wide variety of historical schools. I come from an Olympic style background. The 8 parries you learn in Olympic style do work, but on the other hand, the simpler way with a rapier is to what we call the cone of defense. So there was a fencing master. Exactly, you see? Sweep out. Did Andrew show you that?
Good to see you.
You
Because-
said something about the other parries being
Okay. So the cone is it's modified from sport from historical. There was a fencing master named DeGrasse who taught 3 wards. 1, 2, and 3. And so if you roll your arm up, 1, 2, 3. And what that does, if someone gives you a blow, you ward it off, and you keep your point on, and follow with the kill. And then also you can roll completely around there. We call that one 4. Historically, you probably had a dagger or something like that. But modifying that to wherever your opponent's coming from, it's a cone. Cone of defense.
I just have to remember to keep the point on because what I've been doing more lately is judo. There's a lot of
Yeah. And there is a time for that. Keeping the point on makes for a quick thrust, but yielding parries, where your point comes offline, those are really good for cut afterwards. So the Olympic style, you take your point offline. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the Olympic style. On all of those, your point is offline. But those set you up for either binding your opponent in a different position or giving a cut. So for example, if you were to give a thrust here, I take that yielding parry, take control of your blade with it in my offhand, ignore the sweat in my eyes, and make a cut to the body. So if you're making a cut, yielding parries work pretty well. If you're focusing on a thrust, the cone of defense works really well. And if you're trying to, if your opponent is cutting at you, cone of defense. If your opponent is thrusting at you, take the point offline. I have to.
Yeah, if we do it right, that's the sentence, which is the reason why I got it, because then our day shade
These safety tips come in different sizes.
Yeah. You can see that
yeah, we ended up getting a trailer.
different brands of safety points.
I mean, as far as the interior. What kind of foil is on, or are they all pretty much?
They're all pretty much for rapier blades. And there is an approved list for what brands of weapons we can use. This is from Castile Armories. This is also from Castile. Those are from Castile. They were the hottest new thing a few decades, or a few years ago. And consistent quality. That's for can. Okay, so I'll put my mask on, and I'll just block, and you just keep attacking me, okay?
Thank you.
Ours is really like,
Of course.
we're much more, and I think most of the airlines is like it, we're much more like, hey, let's hang out around the campfire and have a drink. We don't really care how many pointy, shiny bits you have. Congratulations for making them that they know that being just a person is right. Friends and family didn't know you were your chosen family is really important.
Okay. Thanks for coming.
Sorry, I'm naked. Are you naked? Why are you naked? No. Are you going to be at Collegium?
Yes. I hope so. His brother's getting married.
Well, you know, I always have to ask. If we do a, like, late speed dual, but not dual thing in, like, February, actually, we should do it. Is there a chance to get it
Sure.
before we step down?
Yep. Because we don't want to do court on Friday night. We can't.
Because, and we're not having a daily set. We're not having a daily set. We want to kind of close out with a sit down. Okay, so pencil that in. I don't know the specific dates yet. Thank you. Run away while you still can.
Good to see you.
I'm adding a chain stitch on a wool hood that I'm going to put into largesse because nobody might be able to wear it. It's gigantic. And that he doesn't like to wear hoods.
It feels funny. It makes me hot.
It's one of the downsides about like the different fabrics and stuff is that it's really hard to get where it's cool enough to wear what you're going to wear. Like, I really want to wear this clothing, but it's all wool and it's 115 degrees and I don't want to die.
It'd be great if it was like, you know, the upper northern Norway, like where it's supposed to be coming from in the middle of winter. That'd be one thing. I'm gonna go.
Okay. especially when it comes to the beads. But my Laurel is bead maker. And so I got all kinds of beads. Well, this and this were all one necklace, and I got it when I became a pelican. This is the medallion that my pelican used. We made two of them for Rashinda and Juliana, and then he passed away. Yeah, it was not cool. Like right before COVID, he was having, heart problems and issues, and he was going to the doctor, and decided not to go, and then he didn't wake up. When he was 60, he was like 60 or 62, and he was not, old enough to be doing that, and I still hold a small grudge to the bastard. But he was like, our families were hard. He was almost like an extra grandpa to the kids. Hard. But they put this all together, and it was like, but if I was like, actually North, I would have like we might have 6 or 7, and that was pretty low. And SCA were like all the things and lots of stuff, all the bells and whistles.
First 108.
That is a fun way to start. My husband, his mom's like half Swedish, half Norwegian, so it's like slightly less of a You're calling it? Are you done fighting?
He didn't enough to his knee today.
Take care of your body. You only got one, unless you steal somebody else's. Then it's awkward.
I don't either.
Most of the inlands was always north just because it was better in the summertime.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, right now the rage is Roman.